Welcome in to Cedar Valley High School as we get ready to kick off this 7 o'clock game as we get second week of region going for you. Gavin Atkinson here alongside Sayer Nielsen to provide you the broadcast and analysis for tonight's game. And boy, do we have a good one for you tonight. I apologize, we're having some technical difficulties. When you look at these two teams, a very interesting situation as both of them are in the same boat. They're both coming into this game 500, 6-6, and they're regional opponents. This is when the games really start to matter towards the playoffs. You know, you've played your 12 games. Both teams have played one game in region, so those 11 preseason games have finished up. You kind of got a feeling for what these teams are going to be. Now you got to step it up and win some of your region games. As we take a look at Copper Hills, they're led by Isaiah Reiser, one of the most prolific scorers in the state. And then on the other side, you got Austin Beal. Those are going to be your two big guys to watch. Copper Hills is led by Brian Alfrey in his second year. He's right at 500 alongside his team, 18-18. And Cedar Valley is coached by Blake Pugmire, his 7th year with the Aviators, 81-69. Once again, we'd like to thank you for joining us. We have starting lineups just around the corner. And Sayer, I turn to you. And what do these teams need to do to win this game?
Well, that's a great question. For Copper Hills, you know, they're a really good team. They do a lot of things well, but the best thing that they do is when they finish strong at the rim and draw some fouls. This team is 6-6, but when they get to the line, when they shoot 19 or more free throws, they are undefeated in play. So as long as they can find a way to get to the line and make these shots, then they can finish this game. And for Cedar Valley, they are phenomenal in the first half. Through 2 quarters, they are one of the better teams, but they struggle to finish games strong in the fourth quarter. So look for them to finish this game strong, to do what they can in the fourth quarter and keep Copper Hills from getting back into it.
As always, we'd like to thank Sayer for his analysis. As we get ready for tip-off for Copper Hills, you'll see Joe Herrera, Logan Batt, Talon Harrison, Jacob Curtis, and Isaiah Reiser. On the other side, you have Dylan Lucas, and Carson Stocking, Owen Griffin, Tucker Wright, and Austin Beal. And we are underway. Dylan Lucas gets it into the paint, and Austin Beal gets his first 2 points of the night, as he is one of the best scorers in the state right now. Austin Beal just getting started.
Look for Austin Beal to do a lot of that tonight. He's prolific from the three-point line, but he also gets 10 to 15 points a game from inside the arc.
Jacob Curtis shot no good, rebound, Talon Harrison. Curtis kicks it out. And Isaiah Reiser for 3 as he drains that one. Curtis will poke that one away. And Sarah, we just saw Reiser take that shot deep range. You know, we've talked about it before, but when you look at this kid in his last few games, he's got 22 points versus Westlake, 18 versus Viewmont. They played a little out-of-state tournament where there was a little bit of a drop-off, but when he's playing teams inside of Utah, expect him to have 15+.
No, absolutely. He's a phenomenal player, and the Grizzlies are going to look to get him the ball early and often.
Cedar Valley unable to capitalize off that opportunity. 6:35 to go as we get our first whistle. Logan Batt will go to the line.
And this is exactly what Copper Hills wants. They want to get to this free throw line early, often, and if they can make them, they're going to put themselves in a really good position to win this game.
We'd like to remind you that this presentation is brought to you by Tab Bank. Tab Bank, home of the Tab Spends Rewards checking account, with 3.5 annual percentage yield on your account balance and 1% cash back on eligible purchases. It's a big deal. Member FDIC. Logan Batt goes 1 for 2 from the line. As we'll get another quick whistle on the other side of the floor. Looks like it will be a blocking foul on Logan Batt, his first personal of the night.
And this kind of defensive play shouldn't surprise us from Copper Hills. We watched a little bit of the JV game just before this, and Copper Hills' defense is very aggressive. They're going to look to get steals. They're going to look to get blocks, and they're gonna be physical with you.
Cedar Valley driving in. Nice pump fake. Shot no good for Tucker Wright. Curtis gives it up to Reiser. Reiser guarded by Lucas. Reiser moving around. Pump fake. A nice drop down pass as he finds Joe Herrera for the layup. As these two teams go back and forth, like I said, we're really in for an interesting game, a very meaningful game as we get both teams trying to get off to a good start in region play as we have a far side corner three, no good from Austin Beal.
You hope Austin Beal makes that kind of a shot. When he hits, it's really good, but when he doesn't, then you're losing your possession there and giving up a layup to Copper Hills.
That was a nice pass right there as they find Logan Batt for the layup. That'll bring us to our first break of the night. We'll see you on the other side of this one.
One of those long days working on your feet? Turn your aching feet to happy feet at Salt Lake Running Company. Our award-winning trained staff will provide a custom shoe fitting that will help you find the shoes, inserts, and socks that will make your workday the best it can be. Locally owned and operated for 30 years, SLRC offers rewards, training groups, races, and free community events. Visit us in-store or online today at slrc.com. Your work feet and workout life will get a boost.
Welcome back into Copper Hills High School. 8-5 is your score early on in the first quarter, 5:28 to go. Wright will take it up the floor for the Aviators. Hands it off to Beal, gets it back, takes a screen. Some good defense from Copper Hills. Stockton driving. A nice pass. Unable to finish was Logan Smith, but getting the rebound is Dylan Lucas, and he'll go to the line shooting two.
Foul on the Grizzlies, number 2, Isaiah Reiser on the shot, shooting 2 for the Aviators.
Foul will be on Isaiah Reiser, his first shot of the game. Or forgive me, foul of the game. So Dylan Lucas goes 0 for 2 from the line. That's something you can't afford in these type of games. Reiser guarded by Stockton. Stockton leading Cedar Valley in steals. Reiser open at the top of the key, calling for the ball. He'll get it. And tries to thread the needle to get it to Harrison as the defense maybe overcommitted a little bit, trying to take away that three. Cedar Valley able to avoid getting burned there.
Yeah, they got lucky, but you can tell how much emphasis they're going to put on Reiser and the player that he is with the double team coming up high in the half court.
Nice defense there from Joe Herrera. We saw a beautiful pass from Wright as he found Logan Smith in the paint, a little bounce pass. Smith goes up with two hands and Herrera slaps it out. Goes off Smith, out of bounds. Copper Hills ball.
And it's a smart play. We got Joe Mulford checking into the game. We saw him a little bit in the JV game. He's got a good three-point shot. We'll see what he can do coming off the bench tonight.
Mulford, a very solid piece for this Copper Hills team, as you'll see him get usually into double digits, as he is a very good shooter. A nice reverse layup there for Daniel Johnson.
It was a great cut just along the baseline, a wide open reverse layup for him, and a great find from Harrison there.
Right. Almost loses the ball. Gets it to Stockton. Stockton looking for Smith in the paint. He'll get it down. Double team comes. Smith unable to finish. Rebound Harrison. Harrison on a 3-2 fast break. Riser corner three up. No good, in and out. Rebound Austin Beal. Beal picks up his dribble, and Stockton will reset the offense. The Cedar Valley offense looking a little stagnant as of late. Austin Beal from deep, off the back iron, rebound Smith. Three for Carson Stocking in the corner, and that one's good. Mulford from deep, off the front iron, rebound Stocking. Stocking fights through some contact. And he'll get the left-handed layup up, no good, but draws the contact and will shoot two.
It's a great job there from Stocking. He gets the ball on his half of the court, drives down and is unafraid of the contact, willing to go up, and just wasn't able to finish, but he'll get the two shots here at the line.
Endrick Enriquez and Onyx Griffin in for the Aviators, alongside Cameron Wilson and Parker McVeigh for the Grizzlies. Stocking able to get that one to bounce in to go 1 for 2 from the line, and some missed points left on the free throw line early in this game. McVeigh driving, loses the ball, and it'll be a Copper Hills turnover.
It's a great job from the Cedar Hills defense there, just to force the ball out of bounds, and now they have an opportunity to go take the lead for, I believe, the first time in this game.
Tucker Wright gives it to Griffin. Griffin loses the ball. And Copper Hills on the fast break. Some early mistakes in this one. Mulford, a nice no-look pass. Corner three, up, in and out. Rebound Griffin. And there will be a foul before the travel as Onyx Griffin went up strong. Got the ball with two hands.
And you know Mulford had that beautiful no-look pass. He's gonna be letting Parker McVeigh know about that missed shot later tonight.
Logan Batt and Joe Herrera come back into the game after a quick rest. Wright driving. Hands it to Stocking. Stocking takes the screen. And trying to step through, there'll be a late whistle as Stocking will go back to the line. Daniel Johnson will get the foul. And a lot of free throws early in this one. Been a very defensive battle, as we've seen some trends from these teams. Both of these teams, they seem in their losses to hang around for 3 of 4 quarters. They seem to both have one Achilles heel quarter where they'll just score 10 points and give up 30. That usually gets them in that big deficit.
And that's very true. And the bad news for Cedar Valley is those quarters usually come in the third or fourth, not in the first or second like we're seeing right now.
Shots no good for Copper Hills. There'll be a late foul, much to the dismay of the home crowd. Foul will go to Austin Beal, his first personal of the game. And it's a very intriguing game, Sarah. When I was getting prepped for this game, I expected a high shootout game. When you look at Cedar Valley's last game versus Syracuse. It was their cap for the non-regional, as we see a turnover on Austin Bale as he couldn't secure that rebound. This Cedar Valley team had 5 players in double digits, above 10 or more, and they lost. They lost by 3 to Syracuse, and how often do you see that? This team can't score the ball. Sometimes they struggle on that defensive end.
No, absolutely. It can also speak to the offensive firepower of the teams that they've played. But I as well was expecting somewhat of a shootout here, and through almost the entire first quarter, we've only got 20 total points.
1:36 to go in the first quarter. A nice pass as Logan Batt gets it to Joe Herrera. Herrera unable to hit the 3, but I just got to talk about that wraparound pass. I don't know how he saw Herrera or how he got it there, but it was pretty.
These Copper Hill players definitely know how to pass the ball, something that their coach, I'm sure, is very happy with.
Griffin driving on the 1-and-1, spins, gets Batt in the air, and draws the contact. I believe that'll be Batt's second personal of the game.
Alan Copper Hills, number 13, Logan Batt, second personal, 16th foul, Alex Griffin at the line.
And I mentioned earlier, Copper Hills wants a lot of free throws in this game, but it's when they get the free throws, not when their opponents get the free throws. The good thing for them, though, Cedar Valley is not shooting super well from the line, as they are, as a team, 1 for 6 from 3 free throws right now.
We'd like to take this chance to remind you, Copper Hills basketball on the Rewind Sports Network is brought to you by Jiffy Lube. 0 for 2 from the line is Onyx Griffin, and that's becoming a theme in this game for both teams is missed free throws. Mulford deep from 3, maybe a little bit of tired legs from that run at the JV game as he left that one a little short. And with 1 minute to go in the first quarter, still only 20 points. Stocking takes it up the floor. Gets it to Beal. Beal makes a man miss. Mid-range jumper up and smooth.
And that's what you want to see from your star player for Cedar Valley. A great little just pump fake, not even a pump fake, just a little jab step, and then he's got a wide open shot.
Onyx Griffin with the steal, trying to go coast to coast. Will draw the foul. And Onyx Griffin averaging 2 steals a game for Cedar Valley. Foul will go to Joe Herrera, his first personal. And Griffin will go back to the line, looking to maybe redeem himself after that first 0-2 from the charity strike moments ago.
Trying to redeem himself and his team.
Onyx Griffin, and for Copper Hill, Parker McVeigh.
Goes 1 for 2 as Cedar Valley will take the lead. Gets the rebound. And Griffin will reset the offense. And you got to appreciate that hustle from the Aviators to get another chance. We'll see it travel as Griffin found himself in a tough spot, picked up that dribble low on the baseline.
And you see it from Copper Hills. The trap on the baseline is great. They do a lot of trapping, and they're going to look to force steals that way.
This should be the last shot of the game, quarter, as the shot clock is turned off. Mulford and Herrera passing the ball around. Herrera will hand it off. 5 on the clock. Deep, banking 3-point shot.
I heard it from up here. He said bank.
And you just got to be impressed with that. That's a Ken Garfonda downtown 3, and man, that was very much downtown.
No, absolutely, and he had 2 guys on him. We saw earlier during warm-ups he was shooting around. Coach pulled him aside. Don't really know what he said, but I'm sure he said, hey, let loose during the game. I know you can shoot.
That'll do it for our first quarter of action. We'll be back after this quick break. High School. As we get ready to start the second quarter of action, Copper Hills up 2 on the home Aviators. We're trying something out new tonight, folks, is we've got some live stats for you. Not official, but we are doing our best. I turn to you, Sarah, as you're the man running the show on that end.
These are, as Gavin said, definitely not official stats. But from what we have, we mentioned free throws were going to be big for Copper Hills in this game. They're 2 for 3, not shooting a lot, but at least they are making what they are shooting. And Cedar Valley on the other side has had 9, but still only has 2 points from those. And Cedar Valley, no surprise, Austin Beal, 7 points, 2 3-pointers, 2 field goals and a 3 already in this game.
We thank you, Sarah, for those updates. We'll come back to you throughout the game. Herrera passes it to the near side corner, and we'll have a turnover on McVeigh as he stepped on that end line. Tucker Wright will bring it up the floor for the Aviators. Griffin, guarded by Curtis, tries to get a bounce pass into the paint. Wide open corner 3.
Santiago Lugo with the beautiful 3-point, was wide open, managed to get his teammate to find him, and absolutely nails this shot.
15-14, 7:22 to go in the second quarter. A nice little gimme shot for Lucas LaRonda. Right with a nice crossover, unable to finish. Griffin almost gets the rebound. Copper Hills on the fast break. Harrison up, no good. Rebound. Cedar Valley. Griffin gives it up. A tough shot, no good. And coach is saying, slow it down. Slow it down. You had some opportunities on that fast break. Just a few missed shots.
Beautiful, beautiful job coaching there, because you could see they were out of control. Griffin did a great job making sure he didn't try and force up a shot with a beautiful extra pass. And there he's missing the shot. But a great job from Cedar Valley to realize they're sped up and slow that game down a little bit.
6:35 to go in the second quarter. As both these offenses still kind of stuck in the mud, but you got to applaud the defensive coaching that we've seen thus far.
Absolutely, and a surprise for Copper Hills is we haven't seen a lot of Isaiah Reiser today. A lot of time on the bench, and while he's on the floor, not a lot of production thus far.
A steal for Wright. Wright gets tripped up by Joe Herrera. And that's a, a very unfortunate foul for Joe Herrera as he's trying to get back. Feet just get kind of tangled up as we see Reiser check back in for Herrera.
It's always hard when you're a player and you're just outrunning them, but your feet get tangled. Not a lot you can do other than maybe slow down, but he was hustling and just an unfortunate play there for him.
Logan Batt almost gets the steal. A nice pass is Logan Smith. Threads the needle and finds Dylan Lucas driving. Lucas counts the bucket and will shoot one, and Jacob Curtis will get a tech for Copper Hills, so we should have some extra free throws coming this way.
See the officials there at mid-court just having a quick conversation, trying to figure out what exactly happened. It will be a technical. It is indeed a technical against Jacob Curtis. And now Cedar Valley with a chance at 3 free throws to make this game a 4-point game.
As we've mentioned before, Cedar Valley has struggled from the line, entering this quarter, leaving 7 points off the board on missed free throws. Able to get that first one of 3. Able to go 2 for 3 on the free throws, Dylan Lucas. As we get ready to inbound this ball, Cedar Valley will hold on to possession. Stalking to inbound. And we will have a timeout. We'd like to take this chance to remind you about one of our sponsors here at the KSL Sports Rewind. This Copper Hills timeout brought to you by Buco's Premium Tool Sales. We'd also like to take a chance to thank Tab Bank, home of the Tab Bank Spends Rewards checking account with 3.5 annual percentage yield on your account balance and 1% cash back on eligible purchases. It's a big deal. Member FDIC. 19-16 as we get caught up for you on the scoreboard with 6:04 to go in the second quarter. Now I turn to you, Sayer. We've played, I believe, about 10 minutes of basketball. What have you seen? What early trends do you want to call attention to?
For both teams, they're doing a lot of trapping, and the offenses are really slow right now, which isn't a bad thing, but you've got to get the ball out of your hands a little bit quicker. Just a little bit quicker to avoid those traps and avoid those turnovers, as Griffin there did a great job driving into the lane and getting a quick, easy bucket.
Jacob Curtis responds on the other end with a nice layup. Griffin driving right. Has a little bit of room. Gets it to Smith. Smith up, no good. And the rim has been unfriendly to him tonight. A little bit of luck for Copper Hills as that ball almost stolen away. Harrison able to finish the layup there. A delay of game warning given to Talon Harrison.
I believe that was actually against Jacob Curtis, who's going to have to be careful here. Already has a technical, now gets a delay of game. They're pulling him onto the bench, and we'll see what transpires here in the coming minutes for Jacob Curtis.
A developing storyline is Jacob Curtis, one of the key pieces of this Copper Hills team. 21-20.
Beal with a beautiful shot there. The double team, and he gets it over both for the roll-in.
Shot up and good as Copper Hills responds. Keeping this game tight. Stalking. Running the offense, driving on Herrera. Left-handed shot up and good as he fights through the contact. We see there he kind of creates the contact with the shoulder and creates that space.
It was a beautiful move from Stalking. And an even better one from Logan Batt, continuing a nice night he's had so far.
Tucker Wright fouled by Harrison as Wright tried to push the tempo. So we'll get another few free throws for the Aviators. Some substitutions getting set to check in as Jacob Curtis will come back in for the Grizzlies. And on the other side, Andrique Enriquez getting set to check in for the Aviators.
Jacob Curtis in for the Grizzlies. 28 years old, Enriquez Garcia.
Right. 0 for 1 on this free throw trip. As missed free throws continue to be a story for the Aviators. He'll go 1 for 2 from the line, increasing the lead to 2. Mulford. Get it back, guarded by Lucas. Curtis will travel, and maybe he was surprised by the space he had.
And a beautiful leadership moment here from Joe Herrera. Curtis was frustrated after that foul call, was about to go talk to the refs, and Herrera said, no, calm down. We've already got one. Keep you in the game. We need you throughout this whole game.
Tucker Wright. Gives it up. Beal, nothing there as he was guarded by Logan Batt. And Logan Batt, a very good defender. As the 3, no good for Tucker Wright. Mulford trying to push the pace. 3:35 to go in this second quarter of action. Mulford. as we see some high-pressure defense as Enriquez is guarding high up the floor. Curtis wants a foul, and he will get it as Dylan Lucas will get called for the reach-in.
You know, they make the call against Dylan Lucas, but I think this foul was actually on Stocking. He had his arm around the wrist of Curtis there, and Curtis was unable to do anything due to it.
Mulford has to just heave it down. There's not a lot of movement on that inbound play. Logan Batt gets tied up and hits the deck, and we'll have another foul called as that one will go to Andrick Enriquez. As we have a very physical game early on. I mean, it's kind of been the storyline we've harped on a little bit, but offense is struggling. Mulford guarded by Enriquez. And Jacob Curtis going to work, unable to get the shooter's roll, as it was a nice move to get past the defense. Tucker Wright spinning, loses his dribble initially, unable to finish. Rebound, Enriquez. Enriquez will travel, and a little bit of some sloppy basketball on both sides. And, you know, I have to admit, I get it. We're coming off the holiday break, and, you know, maybe you had a little too much Martinelli's, too much fun on New Year's. Just a few mental mistakes on both sides of the basketball.
No, absolutely. And there on that last possession, Beal was open for a nice little mid-range, and Enriquez just took too long to find him.
Mulford will get fouled by Stocking. Stocking very confused as they seem to have gotten a decent trap. Mulford found himself in a bad situation. Copper Hill is able to get bailed out by that foul. Mulford on the elbow, almost loses it. Has the ball poked away as Tucker Wright bounced it off Beal's face. Stocking with a pump fake. Driving. Gets it to the far side corner. Beal for three, a little too strong, maybe a little too excited. Copper Hill is pushing the pace. Logan Batt, Euro. Up, no good. But a foul will go against the Grizzlies, I believe, on Logan Batt. And what a turn of events there as we will walk 90 feet as Cedar Valley has entered the bonus.
This is not a great start for Copper Hills. They're doing a good job of being a little aggressive on the other side of the floor, but just not enough, not in shooting positions, and they haven't gotten to the line, whereas Cedar Valley has, and they've picked up their shooting percentage from free throw up to 60% in the second quarter.
Able to hit that first free throw. As we'll see Daniel Johnson back into the game. Logan Batt and Joe Mulford will take a seat. Cameron Wilson also in the game for the Grizzlies. Failed to mention him as he came in, getting some valuable minutes. Wilson will take it up the floor. Pushing the pace. Turnaround shot up and good as he gets that one over the taller Austin Beal. As we get you caught up on scoring, I apologize. 27 to 26 is your score. 1:39 to go in the second quarter. Onyx Griffin will check into the game for Dylan Lucas for the Aviators. 1:39 to go. You want to finish the half off strong.
You absolutely do. And for Copper Hills, you want to have the lead going into halftime, as they are a second half team. So if you already have the lead, you're going to be looking good.
3 up, no good for Cameron Wilson. Tucker Wright will take it up the floor for the Aviators. Maybe 2 more possessions. as a blocking foul will be called on Curtis, and he is frustrated.
Foul call on the Grizzlies. Jacob Curtis, second personal.
And it's a tough situation because you'll hear players complain about consistency with the officiating, and it's very difficult at this level, officiating a very difficult job. And you know, when you start this game with a technical foul, a lot of times you're not going to get the benefit of the doubt.
No, that's absolutely true, and Copper Hill's finding themselves in a difficult situation as now they have Jacob Curtis with 2 fouls and also Isaiah Reiser on the bench with 2 fouls.
2-point game is, it's been a little slow going, but both teams playing very well on defense. Maybe not known for their defense, but they have stepped up tonight. Stocking goes 2 for 2 from the line. Wilson will take it up the floor, guarded by Beal. Kick out, nice steal from Tucker Wright. And nice defense there as Joe Herrera gets the steal back. Wilson trying to make the extra pass, gets caught in traffic. Looks like we'll have a jump ball as Austin Beal and Daniel Johnson got caught up in the paint.
Great job from...
Possession arrow will go to Cedar Valley.
Great job there from Beal just to get a hand up on that pass and to tip it up and then win this jump ball now, where Cedar Valley has a chance to make this a 5, if not 6-point game.
29-26, 49 seconds to go in the half. Stocking will give up the ball to Wright. Wright guarded by Herrera. Logan Batt off the floor. Perhaps the paint is more open. 9 on the shot clock. A little miscommunication on defense as Tucker Wright found himself wide open in the corner.
I don't think that's the play that they had drawn up, but it worked so beautifully because Tucker Wright found himself wide open in the corner with 0 difficulty on that shot.
Harrison unable to get the mid-range jumper to go. 3 seconds as we try to get one more shot off before half, and Joe Herrera will get the block just in time. And the home team, Aviators, will go into halftime with the 6-point lead. 32-26. It's been a defensive battle up until this point. It's kind of interesting because we head into halftime and we start to see the battle of the coaching as Blake Pugmire, head of Cedar Valley, 81-69 in his coaching career for the Aviators. A little more experience compared to the other side of the floor, Brian Alfrey, with 2 years, 18-18. So I turn to you, Sayer. What adjustments do you want to see for either team as we go into halftime?
I want to see Cedar Valley crank up the defensive pressure. They're doing a lot already, but they need to not be afraid to continue that. They've been full court pressing, and when they are, it's been going well. Copper Hills has not been able to get past that pressure and get to the basket and be able to score easily. So Cedar Valley's defensive pressure is doing them really well. For Copper Hills, they just need to be a little more aggressive. Don't be afraid to drive to the basket. Don't be afraid to try and put a shot up and put a body on someone. Get physical in this game. Force them to foul you and get those tough shots.
We've seen a lot of turnovers in this game. I'm sure both coaches will be trying to clear that up in this second half. Before we go to break, we'd like to remind you of our sponsors, Ken Garff Honda downtown, as well as Buco's Premium Tool Sales. We'll be back after this quick break.
In 1971, the world's first Jiffy Lube opened in Utah. For over 50 years, we've been committed to servicing our Utah communities. Jiffy Lube, nationally known, locally owned.
To Cedar Valley High School. As we get ready to start this second half for you, Gavin Atkinson here with Sayer Nielsen as the Aviators have a 6-point lead on the visiting Grizzlies. A lot to unpack from that first quarter. Some themes we saw were free throws as well as fouls. I turn to you on the missed free throws, left points. and the fouls we've seen in this game?
It's quite a large disparity. It doesn't feel like Copper Hills is getting more fouls called against them, but Cedar Valley has shot 18 free throws, only making 8, which is not a great shooting percentage. But on the other side, Copper Hills only has 3 free throws. 2 for 3, 66% from the line, but they're not getting to the line as much, which Cedar Valley is doing a good job of fouling early and not fouling during a shot, forcing Copper Hills to just have an inbound rather than the free throws.
As we've seen you mention throughout this game, Copper Hills really thrives on those free throws, getting to the line and getting those charity strike points, and they really seem to struggle when they can't get to the line.
Absolutely. They only have one game where they've shot more than 10 free throws that they haven't won. And a game like this where they're shooting few free throws doesn't bode well for them statistically and with what we've seen in the past.
Another storyline, Isaiah Reiser, 1 for 2 in the game, 2 early fouls, sat the entire second quarter, only 3 points in this game as we see a cross-court pass stolen as they try and force-feed Reiser as Lucas will take it down to the other side of the floor and get the scoring opened for Cedar Valley, 34-26.
It's the one thing you never want to do is force feed your star player. If he is as good as he is, and he is, he's going to get those open looks anyways. Trying to force it is what gives you those kind of turnovers.
Austin Beal from deep, and he drains it! A quick momentum shift coming out of halftime in these 50 seconds. Reiser looking for an answer. That ball goes off someone's foot. Curtis will take it up to the line and finish.
And Jacob Curtis, also someone to watch. He's got a lot of production, but the 2 early fouls for him as well, and we'll see how long he stays in this game.
We'll have a legal screen, I believe, called on Logan Smith. So a little bit of a chance for Cedar Valley to recover from that initial jab, getting punched in the face coming out of halftime. Joe Mulford coming back into the game, and Joe Mulford and Isaiah Reiser have been a very interesting combination. They both like to shoot the 3. You'll see them get stat lines like 22 points and 17 points as they complement each other really well. A quick 3 on the other end.
And now I think what we're going to see here is as Reiser has entered the game, they're going to put a lot of focus on him, and that leaves people like Talon Harrison open in the corner.
Stockings 3, in and out, will have a foul, and it's going to go to Talon Harrison, his second personal.
Talon Harrison just getting a little too handsy on that loose ball and draws the foul, and now Cedar Valley with the inbound on the baseline.
Austin Beal gets it in. Lucas driving on Mulford. A nice spin. Just unable to finish. But a steal. Stocking unable to finish. Gets his own miss. And after 3 attempts, Cedar Valley able to get the layup. A lot of hustle defense there.
Cedar Valley has come out of halftime looking like the more energetic team, if I can say it that way. They are getting to the ball quick, and they are trying everything they can to get to the bucket and not just take those open 3s.
Reiser fading away. He gets his first points of the opening second half. Stocking. Beal. And we'll have a jump ball, keeping the possession arrow in favor of Cedar Valley. As Cedar Valley doesn't know it's their ball, goes to the other side of the floor. They'll come on back, and that might be my favorite play in basketball, just for the comedic effect. We see Austin Beal take that shot. You build up all the emotion waiting to call a make or a miss, and then it just gets stuck.
And every player under that basket is waiting for that ball to come off the rim, and it just doesn't.
It's just so anticlimactic. Stocking, driving, picks up his dribble, gets it to Logan Smith. Smith will have it poked away And Cedar Valley able to maintain possession. 5:07 to go in the third quarter. As both teams a little confused on where we're inbounding the ball. As I said, we've had the break. Players still getting used to getting back here. Stocking working on Reiser. Nice strong move. And that's all Reiser can do is he's trying to avoid that third foul. We'll have another turnover as Copper Hills struggling. We'll have a timeout called by Copper Hills. We'd like to take this chance to remind you that this Copper Hills timeout is brought to you by Buco's Premium Tool Sales. Copper Hills coming out a little sluggish out of halftime. Got some adjustments to make. We'll be back after this quick break.
With a Tab Spend checking account, you earn big rewards. It's hard to not make a scene.
Cash or card?
Oh, my card's right here.
That's a big card.
You should see how much it's earned me. Sorry, Grandma. Tab Spend isn't just another checking account. It's packed with benefits.
How do I get one?
Just scan this QR code or go to tabbank.com. It's all online and super easy to get started.
Welcome back in to Cedar Valley High School. 4:56 to go in the third quarter, and the Aviators getting their offense going after this second quarter, 41-33. As we see a zone in response from Copper Hills, we'll have a foul. A foul will be called on.
This one's going to go against number 23, Gage Lintz. If I'm Cedar Valley right now, I want everything in my offense going through who they just gave it to, Carson Stocking. He has been playing his heart out today, and normally he leads the team in assists, but right now with 12 points, he's just one behind Austin Beal.
A nice pass, unable to finish it on the Cedar Valley side of things is Tucker Wright. Got a nice bounce pass into the paint. Cedar Valley struggling, Copper Hills struggling to navigate this zone. Of course, right as I say that, Joseph Mulford drains the mid-range too. 35-41. Beal for three, comes hard off the back iron, and Lucas gets the board. A great effort play as Tucker Wright will drive in. A nice pass. Smith trying to dunk it. He'll get fouled and he'll go to the line.
That's a great job there from Connor Bahunin to keep Smith from getting that wide open dunk. And Smith almost got it to go even still, but now he'll have two shots to make this game a little bit farther out of reach for Copper Hills.
41-35, plenty of time. And, I mean, two-possession game. Make it three possessions as the lead increases to 7. And we mentioned it all throughout this game. 8 for 18 from the free throw line at halftime. Now make it 9 for 19. 9 for 20 on the free throw side of things. And that might be the silver lining for Copper Hills after a tough few quarters, as it could be a lot worse if Cedar Valley could hit some foul shots. Mulford on the far side almost has the ball stolen away by Beal. Ball ends up on the ground. It will be a jump ball as Logan Smith and Gage Lentz got tied up on the ground. A little bit of some emotions running high on that jump ball. Looked like maybe a shove or two from both players. Mulford inbounds the ball. A nice design play as Mulford gets a nice look for three. We'll have I believe a clear-out foul called against Andrick Enriquez. So Copper Hills will get another chance. Mulford the defensive emphasis at the moment. Griffin guarding him. Gets past Griffin to Enriquez. Shot no good. Rebound, Copper Hills. Cross-court pass off the fingertips.
The Cedar Valley defense, they have all the intensity they need, and they're backing it up with their energy. We'll just see if they can keep that up for 4 quarters.
It's something we saw as we've watched this game transition from a very defensive battle for both teams to Cedar Valley having all that momentum. Was you saw this early jab in this half as we saw some steals, a three-pointer from Austin Beal, and right there we see another three-pointer from Santiago Lugo as the momentum continues to build for Cedar Valley. That momentum they got in the early minutes of this quarter have really paved the way for them. Three-pointer up and short for Copper Hills, able to get the miss. Was Cameron Wilson, gets his own miss. And we will have a foul. Reiser getting set to check back in alongside Logan Batt. As we see more of Copper Hills starters back into the game, they trying to stop the bleeding. We saw, the bench struggling on that side of things. We'll see if the starters can stop the bleeding. Inbound pass to Curtis. Immediately blown dead as Curtis gets the ball and fouled in the paint. I believe it will be a shooting foul. Foul goes to Stocking.
This is the part of the game where you would expect Copper Hills to start to get back into it. The second half tends to be their better half, but they find themselves now down 10 and only 2.5 minutes to play in the third quarter.
What a pass as Reiser finds the cutting Cameron Wilson, just drops it right in the pocket for him. And that's where we start. It doesn't start from the three-point line. It doesn't start from 40 foot out from the hoop. It starts with those simple passes. Beal driving. He will get called for the charge, and Reiser and Logan Batt making an immediate impact. And I believe that was a great call. You watched Logan Batt out of my corner of my eye. He did not move at all. Those feet were planted. Maybe not a ton of contact, but just enough to get the call.
And Beal was moving fast enough just to initiate the contact and enough for a call.
Grizzlies got a chance at an open three from the full court press, unable to finish it. Mulford open. Griffin with the closeout, but it's not enough. And just like that, Copper Hills within 5.
And that's what Copper Hills has to do. They win inside on the last possession, and now Cedar Valley's a little more focused there, and then they can space the floor with the three.
Carson Stocking answers with a very methodical jump shot. It's not very quick, but when he finds his space, it's very fluid and smooth. Mulford driving. Oh, man, that one looked like it was blocked by Enriquez. Perhaps a foul on the body bump.
And that's now 3 fouls on Enriquez to this quarter. We'll see if Coach pulls him or if they're going to let him play this one out.
1:10 to go in the third quarter. You're looking about 9 minutes of basketball to avoid those 2 fouls. It is going to be interesting, but it changes the dynamic of the game. Now you can go after Enriquez, try and get that contact. We've seen it on the other side of the ball with Isaiah Reiser and Jacob Curtis. They can't play as aggressive on defense for fear of those fouls. Of course, right as I say that, they almost get the trap and the steal. And it looks like Curtis will get called for his 3rd foul.
No, I think they're going to get
Austin Beal. It's going to be an offensive foul. And it looked like he extended his elbow to create that space. So just like that, a very interesting turn of events. 7-point game.
And now what Copper Hills has to do is take advantage of this momentum. Take advantage of Cedar Valley a little bit on their heels as you've caused some fouls, and now you have an open three-point look.
Mulford deep, no good. Griffin with the rebound. Griffin will slow it down, give it up to Stocking. Separation of shot clock and game clock about 5 seconds as we hit about 30 on the game clock. With 1 quarter to go, Stocking guarded by Reiser. He'll get the switch on to Mulford. Back to Reiser. Stocking. Driving. Unable to finish it. 10 seconds. A nice steal from Onyx Griffin. And he says showtime and throws it down with the hand. And just like that, Cedar Valley will jumpstart things, get momentum back on their side entering this 4th quarter. We'll take a quick break and be back here with the 4th quarter of action.
In 1971, the world's first Jiffy Lube opened in Utah. For over 50 years, we've been committed to servicing our Utah communities. Jiffy Lube, nationally known, locally owned.
Guys, for the technical difficulties, especially at this point in the game, but we're glad to have brought it back for you for this final 4 minutes, 43 seconds of the game. We got a 3-point game. I'm going to toss it over to Sayer, help you get caught back up in this.
Absolutely. One big name has stepped back into this game and is making Copper Hills have a chance in this 4th quarter. Isaiah Reiser has 7 points. He is 2 for 2 from the field, 1 for 1 from three-point land, and he has 2 for 2 from the free throw line. Copper Hills is getting back into this game by doing what they do best, and that is getting contact, initiating contact, driving, and now they are within 3 points of the Aviators. On their side of things, Onyx Griffin with 2 points, and Santiago Lugo had a beautiful pass on Onyx Griffin's layup, as well as Logan Smith with 2 points from the free throw line.
We thank you, Sayer, for getting us caught back up. Once again, we apologize for that inconvenience, but we are excited to bring you the final 4:40 of this basketball game. Cedar Valley up 3 points. Time to see what you're made of and how well you are coached. Nice defense from Copper Hills. They finally get it back to Stocking. Stocking, a nice pass. Looking like Stockton, who I keep almost saying. Carson Stocking with the assist.
Cedar Valley here is going to have to keep their defensive pressure, not get these breaks like that right there, as Cameron Wilson hits a three-pointer.
We'll have a timeout called by Cedar Valley, and talk about what a change of events in this 4th quarter, as Cedar Valley is seemed to have a fairly good grasp on this game. By no means was Copper Hills out of it, and then Copper Hills flipped the script, got the momentum on their side, and just like that, it's a 2-point ball game with just over half a quarter to go. 4:05 to go in this 4th quarter. We'd like to take this chance to remind you about some of our sponsors here at KSL Sports Rewind, making it all possible to bring this game to you guys at home. We'd like to thank Tab Bank, home of the Tab Bank Spends Rewards checking account, with 3.5 annual percentage yield on your account balance and 1% cash back on eligible purchases. It's a big deal. Member FDIC. We also like to thank Jiffy Lube. Copper Hills basketball on the Rewind Sports Network is brought to you by Jiffy Lube, as well as Ken Garf Honda Downtown for their sponsorship, and Buco's Premium Tool Sales. 4:05 to go. Final few minutes of action, and this is where you really start having to think about your possessions. You've only got a few more left, maybe 5 on each side of the basketball for each team, and you've got to make the most of it.
Absolutely, and for Cedar Valley, we saw in their last possession the defensive breakdown. They've had a great job putting pressure all game long. The question is, do the players still have the energy to do it in this 4th quarter?
Tucker Wright and Carson Stocking not on the same page, as that one gets tossed out of bounds. And just like that, Copper Hills with the chance to tie or take the lead. 3:39 to go in the 4th.
You've got to watch Reiser here. You've got to expect Copper Hills to try to use their best player, who already has 7 points this quarter.
Reiser driving, he'll get fouled. And Santiago Lugo unhappy with that call. He thought he got a hand on that ball, knocked it away cleanly. We will see Isaiah Reiser going to the line. Isaiah Reiser, we've mentioned it, a fantastic scorer in this state. 1,300 points in his college career, as the senior has been fantastic these few years.
And that's Copper Hill's game right there. Driving and getting the foul. Now they just got to convert these.
1 point away from the tie. And you knew you could slow down Reiser for a few quarters, but not forever.
Absolutely. He only had 5 points coming into this quarter, and now he leads all scorers with 9 and 14 in the game.
Stocking, guarded by Reiser. Copper Hills has gone back to a man defense. They were running a zone for much of the game. Austin Beal looking for a big shot of his own. He'll give it up. Ball is loose. A nice shot as Santiago Lugo takes it to the rack. Just under 3 minutes. Reiser, nice move. Passes. Mulford with the pump fake. Mid-range shot leaves it short. 2:45. Carson Stocking. Guarded by Cameron Wilson. And give it up to Tucker Wright. Lucas. Backdoor pass. Open corner three. Up. No good. Rebound. Cedar Valley. And a great effort play as Lucas saved that one from going out of bounds. 2:14 to go on the game clock.
That right there is a solid basketball play all along that baseline, and then they just managed to keep it alive, slow the game down, and now they have a chance to extend their lead.
Lucas, turnaround, jump shot, up and good. 4-point lead, Aviators. Reiser, face guarded by Stocking the whole way. Stocking, I believe, will get called for the foul.
Just looked like he was doing a little bit too much hand checking there, switching hands, forcing the player either way. He's got to keep the hands away, but stay in front of him.
That will be his third personal of the game. 4th team foul on the Aviators. Mulford gets the screen. Gets caught in the trap. And the steal for the Aviators as Lucas got his hands up and poked that ball away. Stocking. 1:30 to go. Cedar Valley needs a stop. And we'll get a foul on Cameron Wilson as we just see him in that illegal guarding position, unable to move his feet and stay in front of the offensive player, kind of riding his hip the entire way to the basket. That'll get him that blocking foul. Some coaches will call it a good foul as it looked like he had a good shot to the rim. Now you get a chance to reset this defense.
Well, and he does a great job at making sure that foul happens before they're able to get the layup up.
Copper Hills thought they had a turnover, but it will end up being a kicked ball. 1:21 to go in the quarter. Lucas to inbound. Gets it into Stocking, back to Lucas. Lucas going on Reiser. Turnaround, up, no good. But we'll have Wilson called for a rebounding foul.
It's going to be the third on Wilson. I didn't see the foul, but we'll give the referees here the benefit of the doubt. And now Cedar Valley with a chance to make this a 3-possession game with only 1:14 to play.
Some big mistakes in the back half of this game. Stocking with the ball, guarded by Curtis. And that's a tough situation there That will be the 5th team foul, so we'll be shooting 2, and Stocking looked like he sold that contact a little bit. I will say I love the hair. I think that might have helped sell it as he throws his head back. You see that hair fly up. Didn't seem like a ton of contact to me, but I'm also 50 to 60 feet away. Stocking unable to get that first shot with a chance to push it to 5. Still plenty of time for Copper Hills, especially when you consider their shooting capabilities. And Stocking able to hit 1 for 2, make it a 5-point game. Harrison kicks out. Mulford, corner 3, no good. Rebound, Copper Hills, and bodies hit the floor. Where does the foul go? Who's it against? Foul will go on Santiago Lugo. So we'll be shooting 2 for Copper Hills.
There was the foul there from Santiago Lugo at the top, but on the bottom we saw 2 players go down, and Stocking was talking with this 3rd official, pleading his case for a foul against Copper Hills as well.
Able to hit the first one, cut it to 4 with a chance to cut it to a 3-point lead. Coming back into the game is Logan Smith, as you want some height to grab that rebound.
That height's also going to help on the defensive end. If anyone tries to come in the paint, you've got the hands up.
2 for 2 goes Cameron Wilson with some big free throws. And, you know, free throws are considered one of the easiest parts of basketball, but when you're put in a position like that where those 2 free throws, you're fighting to stay in the game. If you miss those, you're most likely out of it. That pressure can really get to a guy. Isaiah Reiser thought he had the steal. It looked like he got that body bump as Tucker Wright goes down. He took a hard hit.
It's a good call. Tucker Wright was out of a little bit of control there, but it's the shoulder coming in, and they have to call that against Reiser for player safety there, as Tucker took a shoulder to the head.
You know, and I can understand the aggression. I don't think you need to be that aggressive there. You've cut it to a 1-possession game. You just need to stop. You don't need that steal. So sit back in your defense. You've got plenty of time. 53 seconds on the clock. Now you're looking at a 2-possession game, and you almost gave him 3 points with that foul.
Absolutely. Let him regain that control and be in front of him there as he regains the control, and then you have a better opportunity.
1 for 2 from the line. 4-point game. Reiser with the ball. 48 seconds to go. Reiser trying to take it coast to coast. He'll get the foul called, as it looked like Lucas had his forearm on Reiser's back. So Reiser will go to the other hand and shoot 2 with the chance to cut it to a 2-point game. Obviously 1 possession.
And this is absolutely the guy you want at the line. 4 for 4 from the free throw line in this 4th quarter. And he has not missed a shot at all in this quarter.
Able to cut it to a 1-possession game. And once again, both teams are in a bonus. You don't want to give that easy foul, get them to the line. You don't want that. Try and sit back in your defense and force them to make a tough shot. 2-point game. Copper Hills down by 2. Cedar Valley trying to hold on. Full court press comes. Stocking trying to solve the foul. We'll have a timeout called Cedar Valley, as Stocking got caught in the trap. And a very interesting call there as you go with that full court press, trying to get that trap. Brian Alfrey, much more aggressive than me in that instance, and it works out there as you force Cedar Valley to take that timeout. You know, in my opinion, I'm not sure the risk is worth the reward, but I'm not coaching high school basketball.
It's absolutely true. The good news for Cedar Valley is they still have a timeout left on the board, but Stocking was there. He had the pass. He was just about to pass it before that timeout was called, and it's going to be interesting to see how this plays out. And maybe they have a set play that they're going to come to, Cedar Valley, out of this timeout to get them an extended lead.
32 seconds on the game clock, 23 on the shot clock. You're looking about 9 seconds if Cedar Valley were to run down the shot clock all the way. Lugo to inbound for Cedar Valley. Best case scenario for the Grizzlies, they get a steal or they force a bad inbound. Tucker Wright gets it up. Oh, they foul forced. And we'll be shooting two. Tucker Wright will go to the line. And there is an aspect to this game that I haven't thought about, which is wild considering we've talked about it a lot tonight, is the missed free throws. Cedar Valley has struggled up until this point. So you're almost banking with that foul. You either get a steal or you send them to the foul line and hope for a miss. And Tucker Wright goes 2 for 2. 28 seconds to go.
Look for this ball to go to Isaiah Reiser, and he's going to try and get this across the timeline himself, if not draw the foul.
Harrison will get the ball. Gets it to Reiser. Reiser guarded by Lugo for 3. Leaves it short. Cedar Valley gets the rebound with 16 seconds left, and that may do it. That was a difficult shot for Reiser. It's a lot of pressure to put on your guard, and it looks like the Grizzlies will come up just short here.
Reiser did a great job creating space, but then he just got the shot up a little too fast. And maybe that was just his rhythm, but if he just took a half second longer, he might have been able to get a nicer shot, a cleaner shot. And instead, now Carson's Stocking with 2 shots for Cedar Valley.
Makes the first. Tucker Wright back into the game for Santiago Lugo. Two for 2 from the line. 6-point game. Mulford gets it, guarded by Enriquez. Tries to get a shot up, no good. And that should do it here, as Cedar Valley holds on and gets a big region victory over Copper Hills. This one was entertaining from the start to the finish. Cedar Valley's late push unable to get them to the finish line. And man, what a game. What a final few sequences.
This was an absolutely beautiful end to the game. Copper Hills made this game much closer than I thought it would be. Going into the fourth quarter, it looked like Copper Hills was out of this. And then Isaiah Reiser turned something on, got 11 points in the quarter, leading his team, shot 66% from the field and 100% from the free throw line, hitting 6 free throws. Just not quite enough to put them back over the top of Cedar Valley. And for them, Carson Stocking, great throughout the game, 18 points, shooting very well, and led this team to a great victory against Copper Hills.
We'd like to thank you for joining us tonight as Copper Hills falls to 0-2 in region and Cedar Valley 1-1. We'd like to thank Tino for running our camera here tonight. This is Gavin Atkinson and Sayer Nielsen signing off. We'll see you next time, and have a good night.